Sanford, Florida, my hometown. Some folks call it the gem of the St. Johns River. Others just say, where's that again? So today, we're digging into the big question. Is Sanford a paradise or a pitfall? Well, like that relative who shows up to Thanksgiving dinner uninvited, it's complicated. So buckle up, because we're going to cover the good, the bad, and the, well, that's Florida for you. Now, fair warning, I'm a Sanford native. I've seen this place at its best and at its worst. So if you want the glossy brochure version of Sanford, you're probably on the wrong channel. But if you want the truth, maybe with a little humor sprinkled in, stick around. Let's start with what Sanford gets right. And trust me, there's more than you might think. First off, you've got genuine charm here. And I don't mean the fake Disney manufactured kind. Historic downtown Sanford actually has character. We're talking brick streets, giant moss-draped oaks, 19th century buildings, antique shops that aren't just tourist traps, restaurants where locals actually eat, and a waterfront that looks like it belongs in a postcard. Not every Central Florida town can say it has character. Let's be honest, drive through some of them and you could be anywhere in the US. Sanford, it feels like Florida, it feels authentic. The community feel here is real. This isn't some planned development where the town center was built by a committee. People know each other. Kids can still ride bikes in neighborhoods. And you don't need a GPS to find a good barbecue joint. Of course, with history comes quirks. Some of those historic homes also have historic plumbing and historic AC units that break in July. So if you're buying in the historic district, budget for charm and a new air handler. Downtown Sanford has exploded in the last decade. Breweries, coffee shops, restaurants, live music venues, festivals, and more events than you'll ever find time to attend. On a Friday night, it's lively without being overwhelming like downtown Orlando. People come from all over Central Florida for that small town riverfront feel. My little hometown has actually become a verb. When folks come to Sanford for fun, they call it Sanfording. What? The flip side? On big event weekends, good luck finding parking downtown. Thinking about relocating to Seminole County or the Orlando, Florida area? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have created the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research, and I've linked it down below. From top employers, schools, the best hospitals, and a boatload of other things that you need to know before making the move. The best part is this guide is 100% free. Just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment. Hope that helps. Sanford also has bike trails that actually go somewhere. A top-notch zoo, parks, splash pads, and pickleball courts for when you want to pretend you're athletic. And get this, golf carts are basically street legal here in parts of town. Nothing says Florida living like cruising to the bar in a glorified lawnmower. And then there's Lake Monroe, part of the St. Johns River. Whether you're boating, fishing, or just walking, jogging, or biking the Riverwalk, it's one of the best waterfront spots in Central Florida. You can't buy that kind of view in, say, Orlando without selling your firstborn child. There's also a full-service marina and dinner cruises on an authentic paddle wheel boat. Sanford is one of those rare places where you can go from sipping a craft beer to fishing for largemouth bass without ever leaving town. Here's one of Sanford's biggest selling points, location. Sanford is ridiculously convenient. You've got easy access to I-4, US Highway 1792, and both the western and eastern beltways. You're 40 minutes from New Smyrna Beach or Daytona Beach, 35 minutes from downtown Orlando, 25 minutes from Winter Park, and the airport. Orlando Sanford International Airport is literally in your backyard. That's great if you like to travel, less great if you live under the flight path. And then there's SunRail, Orlando's commuter rail system. There's a station just west of downtown Sanford. If you want to avoid battling traffic and ride into Orlando or Winter Park, it's an option. And in Central Florida, having options is half the battle. Now let me tell you what the glossy brochures won't, and what some other agents might conveniently forget to mention. Not every part of Sanford is postcard material. It has areas that are, let's just say, a little rough around the edges. Now for the question of the day. For those of you who are thinking of moving to the Orlando area, where are you moving from, and what is the main reason you're leaving your current city and state? I'm truly curious. Make sure to leave your answer in the comments below. I want to hear what you have to say. Also, if you have any questions or thoughts, you can leave those in the comments below, or even better, text, call, or email me. My information should pop up on the screen. Some neighborhoods didn't quite get the revitalization memo. You'll find pockets that look, well, let's just say lived in. Crime rates are higher in certain sections, and property values can swing wildly from street to street. So if you're not careful where you buy, you might find yourself wishing you'd done more homework. What about traffic? Yes, traffic can be a pain. Commuting can suck if you're heading south to Orlando daily. Tolls can add up faster than your Starbucks habit. And I-4 and 1792 can be Central Florida's version of purgatory. If you're using either to commute to Orlando proper, you'd better like podcasts a lot. Also, if you're not a fan of humidity and the occasional gator wandering through your neighborhood, Sanford might test your love for Florida living. The housing market, affordability is a huge win. Look, it's not 2019 anymore anywhere in Florida, but Sanford still offers some of the better values in the Orlando metro area. You can get a decent house with actual yard space without having to live in a cookie-cutter subdivision where every house looks like it was designed by the same person having a bad day. The average home value in Sanford is just under $350,000, cheaper than Lake Mary or Orlando property taxes and no state income tax eating your wallet. You can find everything here, from charming bungalows and fixer-uppers to newer gated communities with all the bells and whistles. Keep in mind that those charming historic homes come with character. Think termites and bats in the attic. Hey guys, it's Doug Packard. As much as I love making these videos, there's one thing I love more, and that's helping families and people from all over the U.S. make the move here to Seminole County and the Orlando, Florida area. I've helped countless families make the move. So whether you're coming out next week, next month, or even next year, don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information is right here on the screen and linked in the description in case you missed the on-screen pop-up. I look forward to helping you and your family make the move to Central Florida. Seminole County Schools, A-rated, tops in Florida. Great for families or young pros looking to plant roots without breaking the bank. The schools in certain neighborhoods west of downtown and closer to Lake Mary hold their own pretty well, especially compared to surrounding areas. However, Sanford does have some underperforming schools, so pick your neighborhood wisely. So, paradise or pitfall? Like most places, Sanford is a little bit of both. It's a city in transition, still holding on to its old Florida roots while growing into something new. It's not perfect, but it's authentic, and that's getting harder to find in Central Florida. As someone who grew up here, I can tell you this. The Sanford of today is the best version I've seen in decades. And if you know where to look, it leans a lot more toward paradise than pitfall. I've seen this town evolve from overlooked to opportunity central. If you want authentic small town charm, with big city access, affordable homes and solid school districts, a place where you can walk downtown without feeling like you're in a shopping mall, where people still wave at each other, and enough outdoor fun to keep you off the couch, Sanford's your spot. Sure, it's got quirks, but that's what keeps it real. If you know where to look, Sanford offers some of the best value and lifestyle in Central Florida. If you're thinking about moving to Sanford or anywhere in Seminole County or North Orlando, hit me up. I've been navigating these neighborhoods since long before GPS was around, back when you had to actually know your way around. And I'll give you the unfiltered tour. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss my next no BS look at Central Florida living. This is Real Living in Orlando, Florida. I'm Doug Packard, and I'll see you in the next one.